Hello. Oh, how you been? Ooh, when you go back? Ah, man, that's the way to do it. I've been all right. Been doing all right. Yeah, it's been a while. Just write down all the movies. I didn't know there was chapter one. Oof. I mean, 10% is worse than the room, so. Hey, it's no trouble. It's a lazy Saturday. Good question. I'm just just gonna have to look at my Steam most recently played list. Ooh. Ah, so good. I won't say a word about Lost Metal. Yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Literally canon. Specifically aluminum foil. Well, yes, it's tin foil, but we make tin foil out of aluminum, so you know. We just call it tin foil. Yes, yes. Yes. Good world building. Either that, well, he's simultaneously chuckling to himself and also very seriously saying, no, this is a thing that would really happen. Mm-hmm. You say that, but the book, all of Era 1, there were like 10 medals. And he said, and by the end of Era 1, it's like, well, maybe there are more. And then you find out, oh no, there's 16. And he planned it the entire time to be 16. The amount of planning this man does. Whenever y'all are ready to go. Oh boy. Oh no. And we go to the intro. We're in the intro, they can't hear you. They can't hear you, don't do the bit yet. Don't do the bit yet.
So I was reading my Shadow and Sonic Yaoi the other day, and I thought, you
Lord.
know what? We need to make this a throuple. So I was really hoping they'd add in like Silver, maybe get some Eggman action in there, but it seems like nobody really has the vision, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry. That was just how I wanted to open this. I thought it was pretty important.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Vital.
Yeah, I
Vital
zoned out.
information.
Yeah, I zoned out
Yeah.
like immediately.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for someone to be brave enough to do Robotnik Eggman Yaoi.
Oh yeah. There we go.
Gerald Robotnik and Eggman.
Oh God.
No.
Somebody's gonna rip out the incest.
Be almost as good as Harry Potter and Voldemort fanfic.
Ah. Look, slash ships. We stand for the slash ships. We'll
Hey, speak
never
for yourself.
shoot them down.
Don't you lump me in.
Well, you just have to get through the layers of sarcasm that I was speaking through. to get to the
Yes.
true disgust that I feel in my heart.
Naturally, yeah, as one does.
Yeah.
Well, we are
Ah,
down a Jordan this time.
we are down a
Unfortunately.
Jordan, unfortunately.
Really is
Um,
unfortunate.
yeah.
But
Sorry, I'm zoned out because I'm trying to remember what the heck I did because I don't have the benefit of my journal because I haven't been keeping up with it
oh no.
during the recovery period.
Yeah, I'm also very confused on what the hell I've been doing, but I'll figure it
Yeah.
out.
Well, I can probably figure it out. Maybe we'll see.
It's been a month and a half since we last met. Oh, I can put that in there. What else can I put in here? My brain. My Brian. My Brian. I'll just put in.
Brian.
Yeah.
I haven't.
I guess I can go ahead and get
anything to
started.
that.
Yeah. Well, all I know is that Brian's kind of a jerk and nobody likes him.
Yes.
And the longer the show goes on, the more you hate him.
Yes.
That's about it. That's about all I know.
I do know that they killed him purely as a publicity stunt because by the time that episode aired, they'd already started working on the episode where he came back.
Yeah. Of course. Okay, I think I've got a rough list of what I've been up to, and if I remember anything else, I'll jump back in with it later. But, oh wait, I can throw in this last thing, which is okay. All right, squad. To start, I'll start with what I watched, which I kind of watched a couple of movies. I don't think this is a complete list, but I'll probably at some point remember more. But anyway, I watched Brokeback Mountain for the first time. That is, yeah, that is a banger of a film. Oh my goodness, that is like incredible. The character work, the kind of format of it taking place across like 20, 30 years, and just like seeing like these two completely different lives where there's this one guy who's like very comfortable with being gay and living as a gay man, and this other guy who feels deep shame about it and hides it because of his kind of traumatic upbringing surrounding it. And it's just like I don't know, it's a really incredible film. I can see why it was so highly rated because it just shows the kind of generational effects of bigotry on marginalized groups. It's really nice. It's a really good film. And one of my absolute favorite parts of it is the Gustavo Santaolalla soundtrack, who he also did the soundtrack for The Last of Us. Yeah. His style is so immediately recognizable. Those kind of heavy, like the guitars, like the acoustic guitar, that just has a really nice twang to it. Sounds very folksy. I just absolutely love it. And yeah, he did a killer job on the soundtrack. It's like every time one of his songs would come on, you'd just be like, damn, he cooked. He cooked, he ate, he left no crumbs. Yeah. Next movie is I watched Sex, Lies, and Videotape. Probably haven't heard of this one, but it comes with a little bit of a preamble from me. Sex, Lies, and Videotape is a James Spader movie. I believe it was one of his absolute earliest ones. It was the first movie ever put out by is it Cronenberg or what's his name? I think that's it. And Videotape. Soderbergh, sorry, Steven Soderbergh, who's done a lot of other big films in recent years. But this is like from 1980s, late 80s, I think. And it follows basically James Spader. There's this guy, and he's kind of a drifter, and he comes into like his hometown. And his whole thing is he can only get off to videotapes he's made of women describing their sexual experiences. And basically, he inserts himself into the life of like an old like high school buddy from years ago, and kind of gets involved with his wife, who's very dissatisfied with the relationship, and it becomes this whole thing. And it is an incredible film. It is so good. Um, yeah, it's just like really, really good from beginning to end. And the reason I watched this movie, I should specify, is my girlfriend recently got on a huge James Spader kick, where she decided to watch every James Spader movie because she really likes James Spader.
Okay then.
Yeah. So she has been watching mostly slop because James Spader has been in a lot of really bad movies. In fact, most of the movies he has been in have been bad. Um, uh, a lot of his earlier output was really, really good. We've also watched Secretary, which I think I mentioned either the last time or time before, about like it's basically just like a classic BDSM style story. It's like it's a better 50 Shades of Grey, basically. And that movie is incredible. Next, me and my girlfriend watched The Lighthouse. I wanted to watch this one with her because I think it's really great, and she wanted to watch something a little cerebral, so we watched The Lighthouse. And god damn, man, what's his face? Who plays the younger guy? What the heck is his name? What did I say? Robert Pattinson and the Willem Dafoe combo is so goated. They play off each other so well. The character work in that movie is utterly immaculate, and as the film goes on, you become less and less certain about what is real and what is imagined. And I think they just do an absolute killer job of like never giving you any cinematic cues that something is not real, which is great. Yeah, great movie. Next, I watched The Naked Gun with
Oh, the new one.
yeah,
The new
the
one?
new one.
Yeah.
Correct. Yes, with fucking Liam Neeson. Yeah. And that movie is hilarious. I loved that movie.
Well,
It is
I
just
hope so.
like
That's kind of the point.
yeah. It is just like very classic like like 80s 90s humor almost. It's just like almost all wordplay. It's like somebody will say something like I think what was it uh what's the joke, like the incredible hilarious joke they make, uh what is it, I'm trying to remember, when it's like what's her face, who plays his love interest, what's her name, Pamela Anderson. She's like looking out at the sunset in LA, and there's something like she says yeah, I went to UCLA, and he's like, of course I see LA, I live here. And it's just like, I don't know, so many great just like gags, like they just never stop coming. It is nonstop gags, second after second after second. If one gag fails to land, it doesn't matter because you're going to get another one in 5 seconds. And so yeah, almost all the gags are just like they hit, they hit well, and there's a million of them. So it's like, yeah, I don't know. It's a very clever movie, one of the better comedies I've seen in a long while. So definitely check that one out. That one's a banger. But anyway, then last movie I saw in theaters, The Long Walk. Yeah, if you want to feel hope and happiness, don't go see this movie. Movie is just like 2 straight hours of like misery, misery and hopelessness of just like as you watch just these kids, little teenagers, slowly get picked off one after the next in horrifying ways. Each death is just totally tragic because you get time to sit with these kids, and even the kids you come to like hate. As the movie progresses, you slowly but surely begin to sympathize with more and more, as you begin to realize, even if you hate them, the system that has produced these children is so much more horrific, and ultimately there is just as much victims as anyone else. And yeah, it is a truly horrific film, um, but also kind of triumphant in a lot of ways, in a lot of points, and really just goes to show like how strong these kind of fraternal bonds can be to overcome really hopeless or depressing situations. Yeah, absolute banger. One of the better Stephen King adaptations I've seen, I think. Um, but yeah. Next, I've just been watching a shit ton of YouTube, and the reason for that is I've just been keeping up on my dilation schedule for after my surgery. So every time I just sit on my back with a thingy inside me for 20, 30 minutes. Yeah, it's 30 plus minutes. And so I'm like, well, what am I going to do? I'm going to watch YouTube videos. So that's what I do. And my latest obsession, I think, is the exact same as last time, which is Atrioc, who's a streamer, and Doug, who's also a streamer. I've just been watching their YouTube content, and yeah, it's really good. In particular, Atrioc, his Big A channel. He's a huge marketing slash economics slash business guy, so he covers a lot of those topics, and I learned quite a lot about what's going on in the world through his videos, which is really nice because I just don't see a lot of that in my day to day, even on social media. So it's good to have a lot of that covered. Um, and the last thing I watched was, believe it or not, Doctor Who.
Hey,
Um, yeah. So the social group, trans social group I go to, which I have more to say on in just a second, but we had a Doctor Who night, and we watched some good Doctor Who episodes. Interestingly enough, we did not watch the trans episode because everybody concurred that that episode is shit.
yes,
So we didn't
that's
watch it.
correct.
Yeah. So we all agreed, like, yeah, no, we're not going to watch that. It's garbage. And actually, really insulting to trans people. Not very good. It failed in every metric.
Mhm.
And yeah, so we did not watch that one. Instead, we watched an episode from the most recent Doctor. We watched the one where he goes back to Victorian, I believe it's Victorian England or Elizabethan England, and like there's the shapeshifters that take on that are stealing people's bodies for like their own casual enjoyment, so they can like live out dramas that they create, um, which is actually really good. It's also where you meet the Doctor Who's or the Doctor's love interest for that guy, and they have great chemistry. Um, and then we also watched one from 2 doctors ago. What's his name?
Capaldi?
Capaldi. We watched the Capaldi episode.
Yeah, love Capaldi.
Yeah, we watched the introductory episode for What's Her Face, one of his companions.
It would be
Bill?
Bill.
Billy? Yeah, Billy.
Yes.
We watched the introductory episode for Billy, and I like that. I like that one quite a bit. I thought they did a pretty good job on that one. Yeah. Yeah. Also reminds me that I need to watch more New Who. I haven't watched anything past uh, Smith. So I need to get back on that. I need to get back on that train. Because I know Capaldi has a lot of great episodes. I know the new Doctor had some decent episodes. I haven't heard anything good about What's Her Face's
Jodie Whittaker.
time.
She has
Yeah,
one or two that are there's legitimately like one that's actually pretty good, and then one that's all right, and then a few
Yeah.
more that are okay, I guess, and then some of the worst
Yeah.
ones.
Yeah. I believe that. And it's utterly debilitating what they did to the last Doctor, where they literally just gave him like half the runtime of the other Doctors, not even. He got like what, 2 seasons?
Yeah, I think a lot of it was he wanted to leave. He wasn't having it because none of
Wasn't
the stories
feeling
were
it.
good. And because
Yeah.
working with the BBC right now, especially with everything I've heard behind the scenes in Doctor Who specifically is awful.
Yeah. Now they can't get like a solid showrunner anymore, can they? They've like swapped him out a bunch of times.
I've heard that they'll constantly say nobody wants to run Doctor Who. Nobody wants to be showrunner for Doctor Who. I find that to be very hard to believe, because that's a show with such a legacy that I'm sure there are people lining up out the door to even have a shot at it. What I think is that it's nobody in their circle wants to run the show.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, that I believe that 100%. Like, God, yeah. Especially in the UK, just so much is based on like, I know this guy. You know, I trust him. Like
eternal BBC politics.
Like, yes, exactly. But yeah. I don't know. I hope what's her face's time as the Doctor can be good.
I haven't heard anything about another season at all, so I don't know that it's happening at all.
Oh God, I certainly hope so. I want Doctor Who to go back to its glory days of like David Tennant, and Smith. What the heck is his first name? Why do I keep forgetting it? Matt Smith. There we go. I don't know why I couldn't remember his first name. It's just because Matt does not sound like a British name, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. I want them to get back to that. And even with a lot of Capaldi stuff, I heard it was really good.
Capaldi has some of the best episodes of Doctor Who and some of the worst.
Yeah. I guess just love to see more consistency, because like I don't know. I don't remember a lot of bad in Tennant and Smith.
No. Smith later on had some bad. Tennant had like a few episodes that are just kind of ugh, but that's about it.
Yeah. And he like had a smattering of bad ones, like the Absorbatron or whatever episode. Absorbaloff, yeah. But besides that, like, I mean, he had a pretty unbroken record. He's probably one of the best Doctors ever. Besides like the one Doctor from the 80s that everyone loves with the scarf. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, so I watched those 2 episodes and I'm like, damn, I need to watch some Capaldi and maybe that other guy. Anyway, on to what I played. Played a lot of COD Zombies. It's my special interest, so I had to get more into it. I don't remember if by the last time we talked, it had released the last map for Black Ops 6. Maybe? Yeah. But anyway, released the last map for Black Ops 6, and I beat both bosses with both me and my cousin. It took fucking forever, but we did it. I'm really excited for BO7 in 2 months when they drop basically a direct extension of the storyline from BO6 with almost all the same systems with some tweaks here and there to make it better. We also, in addition to BO6, went back to Black Ops Cold War, which was in 2020, and played through all of the maps and beat all of the maps in that, which was a lot of fun. And then we tried to play COD World War II, which came out in 2017, and we realized, damn, this sucks. And so we stopped playing it. That was like the dark ages for zombies. It was like 2017 to 2020 with the release of Cold War. 2017 was bad, 2018 was mid, and then 2019 was garbage, probably the worst they've ever had. And then we finally got Cold War, which shook things up a little bit more. Next, I've been playing Borderlands 4. I've been playing so much Borderlands 4. Look, despite everything you've seen online about the performance being crap, it's true. I mean, it is true. The performance is garbage. Luckily on console, it's not as bad. In fact, they just released a patch which fixed an issue where you had to go back to the main menu every hour or your quality would continuously degrade. And the performance would basically be unplayable after about like 2 hours, I think, 2-3 hours.
I love that issue.
Yeah. And again, and then you had to go back to the menu because what's his face? Randy Pitchford literally said, Stop being so whiny. Just go back to the menu after an hour, you ungrateful peasants. And pissed a lot of people off, because that's what Randy Pitchford does.
Mm-hmm.
And he
Um,
also call like everyone a bunch of broke bitches for not having good PCs.
yeah, literally that. He did in fact say that, correct.
Isn't this
Which
the-
is, of course, doesn't even make
Isn't this the same Randy Pitchford who can't get dates because every time you Google his name, you get images of him photoshopped as the devil?
Yeah, yes. Yes. He also, he also left a hard drive full of porn at a medieval times.
Mm.
So, yeah. So he's the double whammy. Yeah, not a great guy overall.
Double whammy of why did you even bring that, dude?
Yeah, literally. The funny thing too about the PC thing is you don't even get good performance with the best possible PC. You still get garbage performance with the literal best possible personal computer you can build. The game is just so poorly optimized, and they've been putting out performance patches, but it's been good for console, but for PC, it's actually made some issues worse. And so, yeah,
Yeah,
this
it
game
sounds like
should
what's
not
been
have.
going on with Monster Hunter Wilds.
Oh yes, I've heard all of that about Monster Hunter Wilds, which
Yeah.
has just been
I
getting
mean,
worse
good
and
news
worse.
is that it sold well enough that they're definitely going to make a G-rank version. So in like 5 years, get it on for like 80% off, and it's going to be a great game, just like Worlds.
Oh, it's
eventually.
yeah. That's just how the game industry is nowadays. You release a completely broken product, and then you patch it up over the years, and then everybody's like,
Yeah.
"Oh my God, this is such a banger,"
Like,
and nobody even
so
remembers like the first year or two when it
Genshark.
was broken. Yeah,
Case
it's like
in
it
point,
started with No Man's Sky, and then every developer and their mother was just like, "Oh, we can just release broken shit, and everybody will forgive us."
Like, No Man's
Uh,
Sky successfully did it. Cyberpunk successfully did it. That's it.
yep. Yeah, and then yeah, now everybody, it's like they're just releasing broke games and they're like, we'll fix it later, and then they either don't fix it or nobody, everybody stops playing before they can fix it.
Yeah. I mean, for patient gamers like me, I'm eating good because all the bad
Oh, yeah,
get weeded out early, and all the good stuff
Yeah.
eventually gets good.
Yeah. It's especially a
pay
death
for like
blow though.
$10, $20 for games. Like, I'm eating good.
Yeah. Especially disastrous for multiplayer games though, where
Yeah.
their populations completely die off because the game's broken or garbage, not fun to play anymore. So, yeah, I mean, like that's basically what happened with Halo Infinite. They released a broken, bad product at start. Everyone stopped playing, and now it's like decent, but like nobody else is around to play. Yeah. Uh, anyway, BL4 is a lot of fun. I'm having an absolute blast with it. The core gameplay loop is the gameplay is the best it's been in a series. Period. I'd like they went with an open world this time, but it's still like the rewards for doing everything are so good, and each area is like so sectioned off and biome specific. It's basically like their old system of locked off areas, open zone areas. So yeah, I do really enjoy BL4. I was literally playing it right before I hopped on. Next, I put some hours into Doom: The Dark Ages.
Ooh.
Yeah, this one released back in May, and I literally heard nobody saying anything about it. I've not heard a single peep from the entire gaming community before I bought it in August.
Mhm.
I'm like, what the heck?
Like, I have not heard
what's
anything
going-
particularly bad. I just haven't heard anything good either. I haven't heard.
I've heard basically
Yeah.
nothing except, like, I think I heard once someone was like, eh.
Yeah. No, it's true. Like, yeah, nobody is talking about it good or bad. It's just kind of like it was released and like that was it. Like it seems to be having no legacy whatsoever. Like at least Eternal was kind of like very divisive and like Doom 2016 just like pretty universally beloved. Doom: The Dark Ages just kind of dropped without any kind of fanfare. I don't know. I will say from having played it, it's very fun, but I greatly prefer the Eternal gameplay loop. The eternal gameplay loop of oh wait, my connection is bad. Am I coming out normal?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I hear you.
Okay. Okay. But the eternal gameplay loop of like high speed breakneck action where you have to constantly hot swap to weapons based on the type of enemy you're attacking was so much fun. To me, that was like my ideal like Doom playstyle because the Doom, the base Doom, like way back when, plays into really breakneck gameplay and weapon swap. And so I thought Eternal was like a perfection on the formula. Um, by contrast, for Doom the Dark Ages, there are only really like 2 weapons that are kind of worth using, and you get them pretty early on. You can use like one to clean up like weaker enemies, and then one for bigger enemies that just like can wipe them really quickly. And it's like that's kind of all you need. Um, I haven't really found a lot of utility from all the other weapons in the game. I just upgraded those 2 weapons to max, and I don't use anything else. Um, yeah. So I don't know. It's not bad. It's also much slower. I will say that than Eternal. The way they described it is like if Doom Eternal is a fighter jet, then Doom the Dark Ages is a tank. You're slower, you're clunkier, but you're heavier hitting. Versus like the fast breakneck play of Eternal. By the way, I'm having fun, and I'll get back to it once I don't have something to play, which seems at this point to be never, because 16 quintillion games have come out in the last month that I have to play. Yeah, so it's probably going to be a while. But anyway, next is I played a little bit of Marvel Rivals, just sprinkling with my girlfriend. So I finally got to try out Phoenix, got to try out Blade, got to try out Angela very briefly, and I think they'll play pretty good. I wasn't crazy about Phoenix, but I don't know. I'm sure she has her utility. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure she has her utility. I guess I haven't found that yet. And the last thing I've played, of course. You knew it was coming. Silksong. Silksong?
They did it. They
incredible.
actually did it.
My
Yes.
God. They actually did it.
Yeah. We finally found like the Bigfoot of gaming. The Bigfoot of gaming has finally released.
Well, there was like no announcement. It's just like, oh yeah, by the way.
Yeah, literally. Oh yeah, by the way, it's coming out in like
2 weeks.
3 weeks. Yeah. Hope y'all are ready.
Hey, you waited
Everybody
like
was
6
"Whoa."
years for this? Like 2 weeks. By the way,
Yeah,
just
yeah,
in case you still want it.
yeah. Genuinely crazy stuff.
And it turns out
Yeah.
the internet very much still wanted it.
They very much still want it.
Very,
They
very
incredibly
much.
still wanted it.
Incredible.
Yeah. And yeah, those 6 years, y'all, they were worth it. They were worth it. They cooked, they ate, they left. Well, they left a couple crumbs, but mostly no crumbs. Yeah, no, Silksong's a banger. The platforming is incredible. There's way more diversity to gameplay with the crest system, where you literally attack differently and heal differently for different crests you can equip. And I've chosen the fastest attacking one. You get a nerf to your attack range, but you attack way faster, and your down attack is the exact same as Hollow Knight, versus like the base crest you start the game with, you do a diagonal downward slash. So it's you go at like a 45-degree angle downwards instead of going straight down, which is really hard to master. But yeah, overall very good. It's just the issue is there are a lot of really annoying flying enemies that aren't difficult per se. Like you can beat them pretty easily, like if you take a minute. The issue is you have to take a minute for them. Most of the time you can't outrun them, and you're probably going to be treading through these areas multiple times, especially if they're in the path of a boss battle. And so basically, like you get these annoying flying enemies with really annoying flying patterns that are next to impossible to predict, and you have to kill them or you basically can't progress because they're blocking your way. And so it's just kind of like, oh god, okay, I have to kill them for the 50th time so I can get to this boss battle again. And so that's really annoying. And the second annoyance is boss runback. Runback is literally it is prodigiously bad. Like 2016, like Dark Souls 3 figured out that boss battle runback was a really bad idea, and so they fixed it for Dark Souls 3. Team Cherry does not seem to have gotten the memo.
Comparisons
So
to Dark Souls 2.
Oh
Yes.
no!
yes, they are horrific. You have to run so far and through so many enemies, especially enemies with really
For
annoying flight
reference, I've only
patterns. that you
played
can't
like
just run
2
around.
hours of Dark Souls 2, and even I'm like, oh no.
Oh,
Yeah.
you didn't even get to
That's
the
bad
worst ones.
Yeah. So it's just like they've added so many small annoyances that you just can't get around. And I'm just like, why did you do this, Team Cherry? Why did you do this, Team Cherry? Like, all of your predecessors figured this shit out. You did not. Why?
You had 6
Oh, yeah.
years.
Yeah, literally. So yeah, it's not that any enemy is particularly difficult. Like even the bosses I found are pretty. Like a lot of people have been struggling on bosses. I haven't really struggled on any of the bosses. I found them all pretty straightforward. You just have to learn the movement pattern, and once you learn the movement pattern, you're pretty much good to go. Not really difficult, but a lot of really tiny frustrations that for me would probably make it like a 9 or 9.5 rather than a straight 10, because like even if they seem small, you just spend so much time dealing with them that it's just like, God, they're so exhausting. It's like I really wish they weren't there. But yeah, still great game. I'm loving Silk Song. Everything about it is just really, 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 really good. Especially the exploration. The exploration is just S+ tier. All right, that's everything I played. Next is what I've read. I actually started a new book. I started My Year of Rest and Relaxation by oh god, what the heck is her name? It's like some weird ass name of Rest and Relaxation. There it is. It's Ottessa Moshfegh. Yeah. And it's about this woman who is affluent, kind of affluent from her family, from her parents, and fed up with her job. So she quits, and she just spends an entire year taking sleeping pills and sleeping. And that's pretty much the entire book. She occasionally wakes up, and she has this one friend who's like obsessed with her and constantly keeps like showing up at her door to like talk to her, and like she hates her friend, and like wishes she would just go away, but she keeps coming. So you have these kind of brief moments where she talks to her friend, and then she starts sleepwalking and doing stuff in her sleep later on. That's like kind of centered around stuff that like is kind of ambitious or outgoing, like chatting with people online, or like sleepwalking to her friend's mom's funeral. Yeah, so really interesting book. I'm really digging it. It's very witty and sardonic and kind of has a lot of black humor that I really enjoy. It's a pretty good book. Next, just some social stuff that's been going on in my life. So I just passed the 3-month mark for my surgery recovery 2 weeks ago, which means I'm now clear to do everything. I'm basically back to full functioning for the most part. The only thing I have to deal with right now is what have been colloquially called the spicy sticks. The spicy sticks are silver nitrate sticks, which silver nitrate is used to chemically burn off granulation tissue. Granulation tissue is tissue that basically fills up like holes in your body. Like if you get a gaping wound, your body will start producing granulation tissue, which is new tissue to fill in the wound. And after you get the surgery, your body gets lots of little divots in it, so it starts filling those up with granulation tissue. Most of the time, that's good. Like, for example, it filled in a giant hole I had underneath my everything. And that was good. But a lot of the times it overgrows and overstays its welcome. And so what you have to do is you have to take silver nitrate and burn it off. And it's a little painful. Most of the time, like my first 2 times, I didn't really notice it. But where it gets really bad is I have to put it, there's some granulation tissue inside of my canal, my vaginal canal. So they have to nitrate that bad boy up. And it hurts a little because everything's pressing up against each other. But where it really hurts is when I have to do my dilation. I have to take a thingy and shove it up my thingy. And God, that is agony. That is pure, unadulterated agony. And yeah, see, and I literally have to sit there and do that for 30 minutes at a time.
Okay.
Luckily, I only have to do it twice a day now, which helps. And it does get better as the week progresses, but I have to do silver nitrate treatment every single week. So I've been doing that for the past 3 weeks. And this past week, literally yesterday, was the worst. It was the pain from the silver nitrate was so bad. I couldn't go to my friend's game night because sitting down hurt so much that I was shaking and like basically screaming and moaning in pain. So I just went home and basically vibed there and did nothing except for play Borderlands 4. And also sign up for a new credit card and reduce my car insurance by $100. So actually made me fairly productive on that front. But yeah, so yay granulation tissue, yay silver nitrate, makes me feel complete agony. Love that for me. Next is I went to a baseball game. I went there on Wednesday. My one friend she is absolutely obsessed with baseball. I mean, like absolutely obsessed. She keeps track of every single Rangers game, watches them all, knows all the players and all the memes surrounding them. Like she's very, very big into baseball. And so we went to a Rangers game where they played against the Twins, I think. Yeah. And they won. They broke an 8-game losing streak, and we had a lot of fun. Yeah, I went with my girlfriend. My friend is really obsessed with baseball. Her girlfriend and her girlfriend's partner. They're in a polycule, so three-person polycule. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. Also, my friend Tommy was there. I love Tommy. And last thing, the most debilitating IMO is my trans social group got shut down. Sucks. Just got shut down this week on Tuesday. That was a place where I literally met all of my trans friends, and was probably, I think, the only trans social group in the entirety of DFW. I don't think there was anything else. There are some support groups that are here and there, but no social groups. Especially no social groups for younger trans people, which is really important. Especially because a lot of younger people younger trans people skew more neurodivergent, autism, ADHD, BPD, bipolar, etc. And they've really needed that space. And unfortunately, the organization that runs the space just shut it down, shut all their social programs down, and rolled them all into one miasma that everyone hates. And so we got everyone associated with it got really angry. I got really angry because I was a volunteer there. They fired the coordinator for the program, even though they're literally one of the best people I've ever met. That sucked. Yeah, it was awful. It was genuinely awful. And right now we're me and all of the volunteers and a big chunk of people from the group are setting up a new group, a new social group. So hopefully we should get that one online within a few weeks. I really hope we do. I think the young trans community in DFW needs something, because otherwise they're just going to be on Twitter all day, and Lord knows
no one deserves that.
Nobody deserves that. Good Lord, or 4chan. 4chan's another big one.
Oh,
yeah. There's the 4chan LGBT board, or as it is colloquially known, the TTTT board, because it is filled with probably 99% self-hating trans women who all tell each other that they're ugly and they'll never be happy and they should basically kill themselves. And one of my roommates who just moved to New York, she was a regular user and she was utterly miserable all the time and not very pleasant to be around. And I don't want the trans young people to fall into that trap. And an in-person space was a really good way of getting them not to. So I don't know. We can get something set up. I think it'd be cool. Yeah, I think that pretty much does it. That covers pretty much everything I did. I'll say if I remember anything else. Anyway, I cede my time to Sir Mitchell. Yura?
Okay, let me get my list. Let's see. I suppose that I could finally cross off Mistborn Era 2 stuff that I've read like 5 months ago.
Yeah.
The problem is that I have a hard time parsing out my notes. It's almost like I wrote them in code. I'm like, I just have in all caps, it was the butler. And I'm like,
oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember that.
Okay, can you help me remember that?
Yeah, when in book 1 in Alloy of Law, they go at one point they go back to Wax's home, and then the butler tries to blow them up.
Oh, that's right. That did happen. The butler tried to blow them up. And then, right, at the end of the first book, I think Wayne notices that or Wax notices that the constable is like way more friendly to him now, and I'm like, gonna keep an eye on that guy. It's probably nothing, but with Brandon Sanderson, you never know. So I made a note of it anyway, just in case the constable comes back up again.
It's all connected.
It's all like you never know with Brandon, so I'm just writing out random stuff that like I don't know, it might come up again.
True. And
then book 2 is like, oh, we're doing another Kandra hunt. Oh, yay. Oh, hey, at least there's no siege battle or love triangle this time. So already, fast improvement. Also, congrats to Wayne.
Yes.
It's like, wow, way to go, Wayne. So I feel like Brandon just wrote like this really cool action scene on the train for Wax, and then was like, ah, shit, Wayne's there too. What is he doing the whole time? Okay, you know what? We're gonna move that romance plot up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
It would not surprise me if he wrote that cool scene and was like, ah, shit, where's Wayne? But yeah. And then loved book 3. That was really fun.
Oh yeah, book 3 was my favorite until book 4.
Yeah, I gotta read that. I was not sold on Wax and his fiance at first, but man, book 3 really got me rooting. Book 2 and 3 really got me rooting for them.
Yeah, Steris is my favorite character in Era 2. She's great.
I love Steris has quickly shot up to one of my favorite characters. Where it's just like, man, she's got like extra metal for him. She's got like backup plans. Like, she is prepared. She got his back. I am sold on Steris now. So yeah, really enjoyed. Unfortunately, it's been so long that I don't have like great notes on them, but I do remember that. Man, I'm loving Mistborn Era 2.
Oh, and don't forget about the last little tiny bit at the end of book 3. The little epilogue that he gave you.
It's been too long. Remind me.
Wax looks at the coin that has the memory in it.
Oh no.
And then the memory shows him something. The character who sees things in a certain way.
Okay, I'll just reread it.
Then he says a single word.
Yeah, I'll remember. I'll look it up. I'll reread it. I have the book somewhere.
Yeah, and then after you do that, read Mistborn Secret History.
Mistborn Secret History. Okay, I'll add that to the list.
Yes.
Gotta get it back on the train.
Very important to read that before you read Lost Metal.
Okay, before 4.
Yeah, you can read Lost Metal without it, but
But-
Secret History was meant to be read after book 3 because it was like, okay, I did this big reveal. Now you need to know what happened.
Okay, cool, no problem. But yeah, Mistborn Era 2. Gotta finish the 4th book. Gotta finish the rest of Stormlight Archives.
Mhm.
Just have not had much time for reading lately. But we can move on to things I have been playing, which is I finally finished Greedfall.
Oh, pirate RPG.
Yep, finally finished the colonialism game. where we left off, the main character's cousin caught the Black Plague, and so you take him to one of the native doctors who binds him to the island. Unfortunately, this ended up being a terrible, terrible mistake, where he became obsessed with power and evil, and tried to take over the island.
Mm-hmm.
And he gets super fucked up looking, but trying to copy it somewhere. Hang on. So unfortunately, I have to kill my cousin. He developed a god complex.
Oh no.
But
Honestly deserved.
honestly, it's like a pretty fucked up there. As you can see, hopefully. But yeah, Greedfall, it was pretty fun. I liked being a gun mage. I liked being able to cast spells and just shoot people in the face.
What? He looks fine.
He looks great, honestly. But yeah, Greedfall, for what it costs and what you get is actually surprisingly fun, and was better than I expected it to be. So, well, yeah, if you catch it on sale, maybe give it a try. It was pretty fun.
I think I got it through PS Plus at one point, so I'll have to give it a shot.
And then I have also been playing Skyrim still.
Mm-hmm.
Where I am still the stealthiest archer. I did not even attempt to resist the magnetic pull of the stealth archer at all. And man, it just works. It just works.
Stealth Archer's busted.
It's so busted. Anyway, I tried fighting a giant a while ago, and immediately got the rocket
Incredible.
glitch. Yay, Skyrim, you did the thing! It's always fun where it's like, the meme is real.
Super real. Oh man,
It's so much fun. So much fun. But yeah, I did Meridia stupid quest. I got the cool sword. Let's see. I've done a couple of the Daedric quests, like the one where you just get super drunk and have to play like what you did while hungover the next day.
Mm-hmm.
I found like the weird cannibal quest line. Do you remember that one? Have you done that one?
Do the cannibal? I don't think I did the cannibal one.
I don't know. There's like this quest where you go investigate because like some of the corpses in the crypt are going missing, and you find this cannibal that leads you for like one of the Daedric quests.
I have not done that one, but I have heard of it.
Yeah, but she's like, "There's no need to feel ashamed. Like, go ahead, just like try a little bit of cannibalism." Tries to like tempt you to do a little bit of cannibalism. Unfortunately, I am playing a Bosmer with mods because the Bosmer in canon are already cannibals. The Bosmer / the Wood Elves guard the Valenwood, and they love the Valenwood so much they refuse to eat any plant material from the woods, so they are pure carnivores. And this doesn't just apply to animal meat. If you are a foolish army or loggers that try to harm the Valenwood, you're not getting a burial because there will be nothing left to bury.
Mm-hmm.
And that also extends to if grandma dies, you have to eat grandma. It's what she would want. It's perfectly good meat. So the Bosmer are, in canon, already cannibals.
You know, if that's what Grandma wants,
It's perfectly. You can't let good meat go to waste.
what are you gonna do? Tell Grandma no?
Yeah,
An insult.
Exactly.
yeah. Just how they deal with the dead over there. So I downloaded a mod that allows me to eat people because I'm a creepy little wood elf. As I think. And so Skyrim's just like, it's like, come on, eat a little bit of people. And I'm like, bitch, I've eaten so many people. It's like, number one, I'm a Bosmer. Number two, I became a werewolf. I have eaten so many bandits already.
The game's just like, come on, try it. Try a little bit of meat, and you've already eaten the entire corpse.
It's like blood already dripping down my mouth. Like, fuck you on about. Man. But yeah, Skyrim it's fun. I still think it's missing a bit of that Morrowind magic of just weird alienisms of just is missing some of that deep lore.
Nords
But yes,
are so
Yeah.
much cooler in every game except Skyrim.
Yeah, pretty much, unfortunately. But Skyrim's still fun. Like, I'm not knocking it that hard, but I'm gonna be that Morrowind elitist. I'm gonna push up my glasses and be like, it just wasn't the same.
As you should.
But But I mean, I'm still playing Skyrim, so like, it's not that bad. And then onwards to things I've done. Let's see. I went to a concert a few weeks ago with my girlfriend to see. Well, damn, Jerry Cantrell, who was like one of the leads in Alice in Chains. Ringing any bells for anyone else?
I know the name Alice in Chains, but I don't.
Alice in Chains. Okay, he was one of the.
Oh
band
yeah,
members
I know
from
Alice.
Yeah, one of the band members for Alice in Chains. He does a lot of solo projects. Went to go see him live in Davenport. He was fun.
Ooh, good shit.
Yeah. And then I got tagged along with my girlfriend and a couple of her friends to Riot Fest, one of the big music festivals in Chicago for the weekend last week. Got to see a lot of fun bands. Got to see Weird Al.
Hey.
Oh,
Weird Al was there. Got to see Weird Al play. That was fun.
incredible.
Did he break out an accordion?
Fucking course he did.
Yes.
Incredible.
Of course he did. I'm trying to see if I have any decent photos. I was kind of far in the back, but I got to see Weird Al. Got to see like Dropkick Murphys. Got to see Green Day. Got to see Green Day.
You got to see Green Day. Nice.
Got to see Green Day. They were fun.
Good stuff.
Naturally. Play a bunch of their hits. But yeah, that was pretty fun. If only there were fewer people there. That was just way too many people for me.
Yep. That's why I don't like concerts.
Yeah, pretty. I can handle concerts, mostly because I listen to weird European metal music, so the concert venues are kind of small. But Music Festival was just a whole new level of, oh god, that's way too many fucking people. But there's Weird Al. You can almost see him.
Oh yeah. Oh my god. He's so yellow.
He's very psychedelic background going on.
He's yellow for an amazing reason.
Yep, that's Weird Al, all right. But let me see. Hang on, I've got to search for a video real quick. Found it. Posting it. Copy. paste. Hang on 1 second. I'll be with y'all.
Oh. The I Met Weird Al song.
What?
It's
Incredible.
pretty fun. I bet Weird Al. But yeah, it just makes me think of that song.
Incredible.
And other things I have
0 notes.
done is trying to think of other things I've done. It's not much. Let's see. I was forced to watch Beastars by my girlfriend because she loves that anime. So I've seen
Oh, yeah.
season 1 of Beastars.
I want to check out Beastars. I've heard it's pretty good. I don't.
It
Well,
is.
actually, you know what? Yeah. What's your judgment?
It is actually pretty good.
Nice.
Nice.
So I'm not gonna lie. I get it. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty
The only
fucked
thing
up.
I know about it is that the woman who wrote it is the daughter of the guy who did Baki, and that she's a huge furry, and that's why they're animal people. That's all I know about the show.
I mean, it is definitely for furries.
Yeah.
This is definitely a furry anime.
Yeah.
But it's pretty good, not gonna lie. It really feels like Zootopia, but what if we really explored how fucked up it is for carnivores to have to live next to herbivores?
Yeah.
Like, what if we really explored how fucked up that's gonna make people?
Yeah.
It's like, what if we really explore? Like, what if like 14% of the population was just straight up cannibals? We're really gonna dive into that.
That sounds like an anime.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like an anime, all right.
Zootopia walks so Beastars could run.
Pretty much. And let's see. The other main thing I have done is that I forced my girlfriend to play Slay the Princess.
Hey.
Oh, nice.
And that was actually pretty hysterical. So she doesn't play a lot of games. So she was like, the title is Slay the Princess. The narrator tells me to slay the princess. So by golly, that bitch is gonna die. Just every single ride was, by golly, I'm gonna find a way to kill her.
Yeah.
Which is hysterical compared to my logic of, I don't trust you, mysterious narrator voice. I'm going to do everything except what you say.
Yeah.
But he's so trustworthy.
He's so trustworthy and lies constantly, and I don't trust him or believe him. And let's see, other than that, that's pretty much everything I've done. Because between like the concert and the music festival and just work being busy, haven't had too much time to do stuff. So that's honestly about it for me. Just nice and short. Pass along to Nelson.
Nice. All right, let me pull up my Steam list because outside of games, I haven't done a ton. School's back in, so getting back to work, getting back to the swing of things. At the theater, we've started our next show, which is Oklahoma, a show I don't particularly care that much about. The show's it's a very historic show, very important for the development of musical theater, yada yada yada. It's freaking weird.
I mean, it's a musical. What else?
Weird.
Yeah.
No. I don't think you understand. This show's freaking bizarre. Do you know the plot of Oklahoma?
No.
So, half the time it feels like nothing's happening in this show. It's just characters walking on stage, talking and singing a song, and that's about it. You have the guy comes out, he sings, "Oh, what a beautiful morning," that kind of stuff, and and he likes a girl, she likes him, but they pretend they don't like each other, but they really do like each other, and it's very obvious, and everybody knows it. But the girl has decided to spite him and go to the dance with the creepy guy who's really weird because he likes to live alone and doesn't talk to people. How creepy and weird he is.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
so the main guy gets a little miffed at that and decides, I'm gonna go talk to the creepy guy, see what's so great about him. And he goes and he talks to Judd, the character I'm playing. And he talks to Judd for a bit and he says, "Wow, you got a nice place here, man. It's all horror, there's not much stuff. You got pictures of naked women. You got some weird stuff here. Oh, this is a nice piece of rope. That's a nice hook up there. You could hang yourself." And then there's a whole song about how great it would be if Judd killed himself.
Incredible.
And he comes pretty close to convincing him. And then he's like, "Wait a minute. Maybe you'll go first before me." And then the character's creepy and weird because he lives by himself, and that's why he's creepy and weird, because who would want to live by themselves? That's just weird.
So, uh-oh.
It's that old-fashioned sentiment of anyone who lives by themselves. That's just weird. Why would anyone do that? They must have something weird going on.
Yeah, God
the
forbid
old
I like the
recluse.
peace and quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then Lori, the girl, she doesn't want to go with Judd because he's weird and creepy, but she has a dream at the end of Act 1, and she dreams that Judd tries to kill her guy, Curly, because she won't go to the dance with him, and so she says, "Well, I had a dream about it. It's probably true. I mean, look how creepy and weird Judd is." So she decides to go to the dance with Judd.
Incredible.
And then Act 2 happens, and there's an auction for a basket. The girls all make baskets, and there's an auction for it, and Judd outbids everybody, but then Curly shows up and sells literally everything he owns to buy it.
Huh.
And Judd tries to use a sneaky little thing to kill him, but it doesn't quite work out. And then at some point, Judd dances with Lori, and she says, "No, I don't like you. You're weird and creepy." And he's like, "Oh, I get it." And then he leaves, and then Lori and Curly get married, and then Judd shows up to the wedding and says, "All right, I got it. Well, good thing the party's still going on, because I got a gift for the groom, but first I'm gonna kiss the bride." He goes over before he can give Lori a big old kiss. Curly grabs him, and then they get into a big old fight. Judd pulls a knife, and then in the middle of the fight, Curly throws him to the ground, and Judd falls on his knife, and then he dies.
Oh.
Oh, incredible.
And so they're like, "Oh no, Curly's gonna have to go to jail on his wedding night. That's awful." And then they go, "Wait a minute, no, let's just do the trial here. Hey, Curly, what happened? Why'd you do?" "Well, I mean, I had come. He'd been talking weird this whole." No. He came at you, right? He was coming at you with a knife, so it was self-defense, right? "Yeah, I guess it was self-defense." "Well, then, having self-defense, does the jury agree?" "Yes, jury agrees. You're innocent."
Awesome.
And then
Incredible.
the play ends.
Nice. That is beautiful.
That's the original.
That sounds like a fever dream.
It is kind of a fever dream. There's also a side plot where the song "I'm Just a Girl Who Can't Say No," that comes from this show. And so there's another girl and a guy that they like each other, but he has to get $50. Otherwise her dad won't let her marry him. And so he gets the $50, but the dad still doesn't want to let her marry him, and they go. There's a bunch of back and forth, and eventually he gets it. He gets her anyway, and they have a whole song about how they're both kind of floozies, but they're definitely not gonna do anything else now. They're gonna be together.
Hmm.
And then that's the original version. The revival was the 2019 revival was controversial. They did it in the round, so already some people are going to have a bad seat. But they changed quite a few things. Particularly, they changed the ending. So Judd shows up after the wedding, during their little party, and he goes and he says, "I got," and he goes up. And he goes to kiss Laurie. Curly stops him, and then he says, instead of saying "Here's your gift" and punching him, he says, "Here's your gift." Pulls out a gun, hands it, and then he hands it to Curly. Cocks the hammer. Laurie goes up, holds hands with Curly. Judd takes one step toward him, and Curly shoots him. And then they do the trial.
Incredible.
Freaking suicide by Curly. So I don't think that was any better, but whatever. I don't make $1 bajillion on Broadway.
That reminds me of one thing I did that I forgot to mention. I watched Rent with my friends, the movie Rent.
How was Rent?
Prodigiously bad, just historically bad. I wanted to strangle every one of those characters to death. The longer they were on, the longer they were on screen, the more I wanted to strangle them. I've never watched a movie with such an unlikable cast of characters. Every single one is just a horrible person.
You like the song where it was all about how this guy should sleep with her, even though he's making the responsible decision of, hey, we shouldn't do this right now because there's stuff going on. And
it's
the
like
whole cast is like, oh, you're being such a horrible person for not just sleeping with her.
Debbie Downer, and he's like, what are you talking about, dude? Or there's the incredible scene where it's like the song where it's like they're all a bunch of tortured artists and bohemians, and like we don't play by anyone's rules. We make our own thing, and they like go to this restaurant, and the guy's like, please, I'm begging you, don't rearrange the tables and jump up on them. Like my job depends on it. And then they go inside and rearrange the tables and jump on them, and it's just like, you fucking people. And that whole song sucks too, because it's just like they're a bunch of like affluent kids, like college kids, and they're singing about how like, oh yeah, we're like we're like the true sufferers in society, and everyone hates us, and we're downtrodden. And it's just like, no, y'all are living incredible lives, and you've literally chosen not to pay rent out of principle when you have all of the money in the world to do so. And it's like, what are you talking about? It's just like, it's genuinely just like an insult. Like it's just like these kids are living in the height of privilege, and they're just like, I don't care because I'm a tortured artist with a bohemian soul. And it's just like, it's the most insufferable cast, and I hate it. I hated it. Anyway.
I notice you say kids, but if you watch
yes,
movie, not a single one of them is under the age of 30.
No, they because it came out over a decade after its original production. No, those are full-grown adults. And they're singing like they're just like, they're still like teens in college. And it's just like, yeah, no, dude, like no shot. Yeah, that movie is frustrating to watch.
Yes, you get to the scene where they're like, oh, Angel was the best of us, and then you think back to
Yeah.
Angel's song, where Angel talks about how they killed the lady's dog.
Oh God, yeah. They're like, oh yeah, that dog is in doggy hell now. Like, what are you talking about? Huh? Oh my God. What a
Classic.
classic. I hated that movie. Anyway, yeah,
Anyway.
sorry, that was the last thing I remember.
Oh, it's fine. I'm always down to bash Rent.
Yeah.
I will say, Rent's absolute how much of a trash fire it is does make me appreciate Hair a little bit more, because Hair is awful, but at least there
Yeah.
not a plot, so I can't get that mad at it.
Yeah. It's just kind of like things are happening and you're like, yeah, I guess it's not that great, but at the same time, there's not really a plot, so I can't say it's like illogical. Whereas Rent is just like from beginning to end, the characters are insufferable, and the plot is just like you have the solution to all of your problems, you just refuse to do so because you're privileged, spoiled, rich kids, and oh God, I'm just getting angry thinking about it.
Both have great soundtracks.
Oh, they do. Yeah, Rent has a lot of bangers. I will say that.
There's a couple songs from Hair. I only saw it once, and I really haven't listened to the soundtrack afterward. But they still sometimes will get stuck in my head. They're great.
Yeah.
Anyway, I did play a few games. Played a little bit of Marvel Rivals, but I haven't played in a bit. I didn't even touch Blade yet, so it's just been a bit. So at some point I'll get back to it. Did a little bit more of Witcher. Made a little bit more progress into Blood and Wine, but not a ton. Played some Skyrim, some more Skyrim, and I started one of the DLCs and just kind of fell off. I'll get back to it at some point. But I did want to play another Bethesda game, because Skyrim was finally like getting through a bunch of open world RPGs and playing Skyrim. I finally got like, oh, okay, this is why people like Bethesda games. This is why they're so popular. So I wanted to play a Bethesda game, but I didn't want to, Starfield is not good. Starfield's not good. And I wanted to play fantasy. I want to play Elder Scrolls. And there hasn't really been an Elder Scrolls game since Skyrim, so I can't do anything new unless I want to do Oblivion Remastered, and I didn't really want to pay $40.
Like, but what about Oblivion? Oh, wait, that's right.
I didn't want to pay $40, so I went back to an older Elder Scrolls game. And I played Oblivion.
Oh?
I already owned
Ah,
Oblivion.
the new one or the old one?
The old one. I didn't want to pay $40.
Oh, fair enough.
So, the Oblivion character creator.
Yeah.
It is legendarily bad. I don't know that it's possible to make a normal looking character in this game. This is the character I made.
Let's see it.
It'll upload it.
I'm ready.
Come on.
My body is Reggie.
Okay, hold on. There. It might send it twice. Yeah, it did. But there we go. You'll get it twice now.
Yay. So nice, you sent it twice.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Oh, yeah.
Oh God, and you sent it to us again. Incredible.
So, friends, meet my character named Juan Punch. Because I'm stealing a build from the Spiffing Brits channel.
Nice.
So the way this game works is that you have your stamina, you have fatigue, and when your fatigue is full, you do full damage, and as it goes down, you do less damage. So, what if you could just lower your fatigue? You're not supposed to do that normally, but there is a stat called willpower that is directly tied to the amount of fatigue you have. And you can, through a bunch of shenanigans, get that to almost permanently lower.
Ah,
So I have permanently lowered my fatigue to, I think I have it at 2. And I think you start off at 100. So I always do max damage. But your damage is calculated by your fatigue, and if you have more than your maximum fatigue, your damage gets multiplied by however much more you have. So I've made a couple of fortified fatigue spells that take it from 2 to like 287. And it multiplies my damage.
He's starting to see the fun of jank Elder Scrolls.
And so I got a weapon that, like, most of the weapons do like 1 or 2 damage. I got one that does 5 damage.
Wow.
I one-shot almost everything. I am now the champion of the arena by one-shotting everything. I spent like 2 hours going through that quest line and one-shotting everything. Ton of fun. Also, I just use item duplication glitches to give myself more potions. And the only problem with that is my carry capacity is really not great. Oblivion's jank and broken, and I love it. I haven't even touched the main story. At some point, I want to do that because the main story is, from what I've seen, actually pretty decent. Not great, but all right. And it's got Sean Bean as basically the main character. I'm down for that.
Yeah.
Also, I do want to play the DLC at some point because I've heard that the Shivering Isles DLC is maybe the best thing that Bethesda's ever made. Just sucks that it has to be trapped in a jank game like Oblivion, where I don't want to level up, because if I level up, then the level scaling starts to kick in, and the enemies just get insanely powerful. So I played a bit of Oblivion.
Starting to see the fun of breaking the jank.
Oh yeah. I also did play some Morrowind.
Oh.
I got
we stand.
Yes. I got OpenMW going, which is an open source engine that recreates Morrowind but makes it run better and run easier on modern hardware, and also makes it pretty easy to add mods to. So yeah. I started playing just base Morrowind and had a good time with it. But I am going to add on some of the mods, like stuff like Tamriel. What's it called?
Rebuild.
Tamriel Reborn, yeah, which adds the rest of Morrowind, not just the island that the game takes place on.
Yep.
And oh my gosh, they're adding so much with that. And also,
there's so much.
There's also Skyrim: Home of the Nords, which adds Skyrim into Morrowind. It's not the entirety of Skyrim yet, but it's a big chunk. And then there's also I forget what it's called, but it's one that does the mainland of the Empire that Oblivion takes place in, but it's closer to what it originally was. So it's a jungle and not a generic fantasy land. So I'm playing as a Redguard Knight that I have named Unga Bunga. And I just hit
Beautiful.
I hit things really hard.
Really, really hard? Okay.
Really hard. Because look, I could do a spellcaster, but spells in Morrowind are very complicated.
They are kind of complicated, which is why I instead went the enchantment route,
Hmm.
which is just fortify intelligence a crap ton, and then slap an overpowered spell on an item.
You know what? Fair. But I do want to go through the game as a Spellblade at some point. But I can do that on another run. Maybe a multiplayer run.
Hey, yeah, I still gotta get that sorted.
Yeah, Morrowind multiplayer. Apparently, from what I've heard, the mod just works.
Just works.
It
Yeah.
just works, and not in the Todd Howard just works way. It actually just works.
It actually just works. Yeah. So Unga Bunga, look for an artifact called the Skull Crusher.
The Skull Crusher.
It is a one-handed blunt weapon that does a crap ton of damage, and it has an enchantment, feather enchantment, so its weight is only 15.
Ooh. I have to check what my skills are. I know I've I put most of my skill points into Longblade, but if I have enough for one-handed for blunt stuff, I could. That doesn't sound bad at all.
I also remember there being a ring that fortifies your blunt by like 20 points for 60 seconds, so that would help.
That would.
The early game while you level it up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Morrowind is good. It's got a vibe to it.
It does have a vibe.
I will say, I love the soundtrack, but there's nowhere near enough songs in this game.
Yeah, it's kind of just the one ambient song.
It's you have a set of like 6 ambient songs, and they all repeat.
Mm-hmm.
It's unfortunate because I do like all of them, but oh my gosh, I've heard the main theme of this game like 50 times.
Yeah, it kind of you do a lot of walking in this game.
And I like the walking. Again, the game has a vibe to it, but oh boy.
That is why I had a mod that allows you to set multiple markers, so I can kind of create my own fast travel system. It's like, listen, I love Morrowind, but you do need to tweak it a little bit.
Just a little bit.
You gotta tweak it a little bit to a lot. But
I have seen
it does have a vibe.
Yeah, I have seen a bunch of one of the things I've been watching on YouTube is a bunch of video essays on Elder Scrolls, and there's a guy who said just to prove that Morrowind you can have fun with Morrowind without mods. I played it on the Xbox 360 version, the worst version of the game, and still had fun.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, the best way to play it is on PC.
Yeah, with mods.
With mods. So yeah, that's a good game. I'm gonna go back to it at some point, but the main game that I've been putting a good amount of time into has been technically a Bethesda game, but not really. I've been putting a ton of time into Fallout New Vegas.
Hey,
Nice. Return to the classic.
Yeah.
just playing the classics.
New Vegas is fantastic. Like it was already great. Like getting like the journey to New Vegas itself was great, and then I got to New Vegas and did a little bit of the main story, and then I talked to a character called Yes Man, and when he started talking, I go, oh, this is why people freaking adore this game, because that is a choice in the main story that, that's why you'd want to make. That's why you'd want to do like 15 runs of this game, because the story can change drastically just by making the same choice in the main story. There's still so many variations that it could change drastically. But yeah, that game is great. I did a bunch of stuff with the Brotherhood of Steel, because Veronica, the companion you get who's with the Brotherhood, she's a ton of fun. I'm running around with a riot shotgun, just blasting people away, and she'll run up to them and just one-shot them with her power glove. Just punching them to death. I've met Caesar from Caesar's Legion, and man, NCR is not great, but oh my gosh, if I have to choose between the NCR and Caesar's Legion, I'm choosing the NCR every time. Caesar's Legion is horrific. But despite that, I like when you actually see get to the Caesar's camp and talk to people and see how they run things. It's like, okay, I get why people would choose this. I completely and wholeheartedly disagree, but I get why. Because it's just so well written. Love it. I will say I haven't played this game with any mods, and yeah, this game was rushed out the door. I've had to restart my computer multiple times because I'll just get stuck in a loading screen and it'll freeze and I can't alt tab out.
Huh.
There's been a few times where that's happened. There's times where sound effects just don't play. There's
Interesting.
There's a bunch of times where enemies will start running toward me, and then they'll run in the opposite direction.
Love that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's great for me. Except I want them. I want them to get close to my shotgun.
Yes.
But it is nice when the Deathclaws do that, which does happen occasionally, or they'll get stuck on geometry in the world. So this game was very obviously shoved out the door before it was ready. Almost as if Bethesda gave Obsidian less time than they needed so that they wouldn't get the score that they needed for their bonus.
What? No.
Almost killing the company.
I mean,
no, that's ridiculous. That's absolutely ridiculous. But yeah, I'm gonna try to finish that game in the next few days because October's coming and I want to do my New Game Plus run of Alan Wake 2. Just finish that game off. So
nice.
Don't know if that game will take the entirety of October, but I do want to try to finish New Vegas before then, which means I probably need to do some of the DLCs today. Because I really haven't had a ton of time to play video games, because between rehearsals for the show and writing my book, I just don't have a ton of time. And that's been going very well. I'm almost 3/4 of the way through the book, and I'm on pace to finish before the end of the year.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm probably gonna actually finish a chapter today before I do New Vegas, because I got a good chunk of that done today, and I can see the end of the chapter, so I want to do that, because the next chapter is maybe the first scene that ever came into my head for this book. It's funny. This book, like my first book, there were scenes I had like in my head that were all throughout the book. Like the way I write, it's actually the way Robert Jordan described his writing style, where he has a map in his head. He has an endpoint. He has a couple bits along the way that he wants to hit. Everything else he's just got to figure out. And with the first book, the points that I wanted to hit before the end were kind of spread out through the whole book. With this one, they've all been at the end of the book. I've gotten one of those. So it's been a wild ride, but I'm getting close to the end, so I'm getting to all those scenes. So this is gonna be fun. Yeah. Oh, there is one other thing I did start reading. Um, actually, a few things I read. I finished Gods and Every Man. That's a fascinating book. Don't agree with everything that she says in the book, but her perspective is very interesting, and uh, the archetypal analysis in particular of the different Greek gods is absolutely fascinating. And so, because I finished that, I went to the book that she wrote before that, Goddesses and Every Woman, and that one's also been fascinating. So, that's been fun. I've been reading that. Like, there's one of my class periods is basically a study hall. So if I don't have any work I need to get done during that time, I'll crack open that book and start reading. Because they're not allowed to have phones, so I'm trying to stay off of my phone at least while they're in class. I don't want to, it just shows a little bit of respect, I think, and also leads by example. But I did start reading, or went back and started over, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 7, Steel Ball Run.
All right, there we go.
Yeah, just
Nice.
in time for the adaptation.
Yeah.
3D horses are confirmed. As we guessed, because animating horses, when you look at the horses in Steel Ball Run, oh my gosh, they are so detailed. They're so well drawn.
Yeah.
It's insane. You can't do that with just 2D animation unless you want to spend years.
Yeah. It's like, have you seen a horse run? Try animating that shit.
It's really
Yeah.
difficult. So yeah, 3D horses. I haven't actually seen them. I need to look at that to see. I think that I haven't heard anything bad, so
yeah. 3D animation's gotten better.
Yeah, it's not Berserk 2016.
Yeah, we've learned.
Ugh. Yeah, I believe that is actually it. I played I played some D&D, had a good time. One of my campaigns is doing Curse of Strahd, and my character almost got bit by Strahd when Strahd showed up out of nowhere at the end of a session. Like, Strahd showed up, and then another character saw red eyes in the distance. No, we had no idea it was Strahd, and the character decided to go out and check it out because his character has red eyes under his mask, like red glowing eyes that peek through his mask. So he's like, okay, well maybe I can convince them that I'm one of them and get them to just pass by, because we'd been followed to our safe space. And my character decided to, because I'm playing a halfling, I can sneak behind people as long as they're bigger than me. So I did that, rolled well because my character has a 20. My character's level 6 and has like a 20 in Dex and Charisma. I rolled really well for this guy. And then we get up to the eyes, and it's their horse's eyes carrying a carriage, and then Strahd steps out.
Incredible.
And so we do a little bit of conversation. My character is completely invisible, so I did like messages to him to help him out because I have way higher charisma than he does. But it was still not going. And then my friend's character, he threw, I think he threw some holy water maybe, and then started running. My character, I tried to use a spell called Dissonant Whispers, because if he doesn't make the save, he has to immediately move as far away from me as possible on his turn. But it didn't hit, and then he immediately charmed me because it's a wisdom save, and my wisdom is my worst stat. So we did manage to get out without Strahd killing anybody or biting anybody or anything like that, but it was some of the most tense D&D that we've had. And then the next week we did a one-shot where a friend of mine who DMs for other groups that hasn't DM'd for our group, for our regular group, he DM'd a Western one-shot. My character was the Prospector. Crazy Prospector he gave me an ability where every turn I can throw a piece of dynamite as basically a free action. So I played Jessup and had a ton of fun. I didn't make my character actually make my character beforehand. So I had to scramble in the half hour where we were all just kind of chatting, making an artificer. And artificers are one of the most complex classes in the game, so that was a bit rough. But I managed to do it, and now I kind of want to play an artificer because I don't think I was playing it right. I think I had too many actions that I was doing, but whatever. It was a one shot. And then the one shot ended with my character. My friend gave my character a secret ability. And the secret ability was I can activate it on one turn, and then on the next turn it goes, and I blow myself up. And I do 20 d20 damage in a 30-foot radius. So we killed the main guy and his two henchmen who are big and buff. Were still there, so I hooked my guy hooked his pickaxe into one of the guys, and at one point I got a free d20 or a free natural 20 during the session, and I used it to hold him in place. And I activated the ability, and on the next turn, it just completely evaporated the two henchmen. That was how he ended the session. It was a ton of fun. So now I want to. I've had an idea for one shot, but now I want to actually get down and work that out. Probably gonna wait on that until I'm done with the book, though. That's taking priority. Well, yeah, that is it. We're under 2 hours.
Good stuff. Yeah, that's shocking.
I'm
Dang.
busy.
This is what no.
We should
to a group.
Yeah.
No Jordan, no Doctor Who Power Hour.
No Doctor Who Power Hour either. Yeah. More
I really
Doctor
should have
Who.
spent an hour talking about Sonic and Shadow Yowie. That would have been such a good use of the extra hour.
No. No. No.
Well, if you need something to replace the Power Hour, we could also do the Elder Scrolls Lore Power Hour. We could start with the 36 Lessons of Vivek.
Ah.
All right, what was lesson?
All right, y'all. Looks like we gotta go. Looks like we gotta go. Bye, everyone.